Here they are, the next mob. There they go. Let's get our hotel meals. Are we ready for dinner? Should be ready for dinner, this mob. It's got off the train, off the thing from wherever they're coming from. Got the hotel behind them. Nice. You alright? Where you come from?
Kuwait.
Kuwait, yeah?
Good, Libya.
Yeah, Libya.
Yeah, Libya.
Blinding. What, you got an house and that? You getting a flat over there, yeah? In the hotel?
Yeah.
Good luck to you. My son ain't got nowhere to live, you know what I mean? He ain't got fuck all, nowhere to live, but you all get comfortable, yeah? Well, you snack and all that. Oh, what's that? You know, well, you got to let us know when you get your money and all that, innit? Get your readies.
What?
No, I'm just saying, you get your money and you're all good. No photos. I should have phoned when two of your mob tried to nick my phone off me at the phone box the other day, but good luck. I hope you can get a flat soon. Do you know what I mean? My son's got a long time to wait for a flat, but they'll sort you out. Let's have a little look. It's all good here. Hotel room, plenty of luggage. It's all going on. That's all good. No, it's all right. It's a free country over here. You do what you like, sort of. But it's our politicians that got it all wrong. That's it, get it all in there. I'll be at the bus stop where you tried to mug me the other day from the iPhone. Alright? Take it easy, guys. You've got your snack? Have you given them all the snack? Have you got snack? Oh, don't slam it, you might not get a flat. Alright? Take it easy, everyone. Alright? Lovely. Fucking liberty.
As Britain teeters on the edge, with families choosing between heating and food, public services collapsing and homelessness skyrocketing, what does this government prioritize? Busing in yet another wave of so-called asylum seekers straight into taxpayer-funded luxury. Not vulnerable women or children fleeing war zones. No. These are overwhelmingly fighting-age men, swaggering off buses with cigarettes in one hand and glossy "How to Stay in Britain" manuals in the other. Where are they going? Straight to the Thistle Hotel in the heart of central London, Barbican Eco 1, while actual British citizens are priced out, ignored and left to rot. It's a grotesque parody of national policy. The people who built this country are left on the streets, while freeloaders are chauffeured to comfortable accommodations on our dime. And yet, this government shrugs. No answers, no accountability, just more taxpayer-funded betrayal. This isn't immigration. It's national self-sabotage dressed up as compassion.
Mass solar is inefficient and produces less power even than wind, which has a higher load factor, between 10 and 11% for solar, 22 and 28% for onshore wind, and 30 and 38% for offshore wind. And that is wind, which is unreliable in itself. The comparison worsens next to nuclear, where it would take 8.5 million solar panels, taking up at least 10,000 acres of often top-quality farmland, to produce enough power to match an average reactor. To the surprise of no one, the World Bank says we are one of the countries with, quote, the least generous conditions for PV. Indeed, we rank higher only than Ireland. Batteries and solar panels also expose us to dependence on China, which produces more than 80% of the world's solar panels. Many are made with slave labour, and perhaps all contain kill switches controlled by Beijing. While an amendment to the GB Energy Bill was passed, banning the government's new quango from using slave-made imports, it doesn't apply to private sector purchases. So much for ending our dependence on foreign dictatorships and human rights abusers. So much for our energy security. And giant solar fails even on its own terms, because it's 4 times more carbon intensive than wind and nuclear. Apart from biomass, solar is the most polluting of all renewables. As this debate has shown, there are very real safety concerns about the battery sites that we must address. These battery sites pose a public safety risk, which the government is simply ignoring. With 150 BESS sites already in operation and well over 1,000 planning applications in the pipeline, as my honourable friend, the member for Kings Winford and South Staffordshire, noted, this needs to be confronted as a matter of urgency. Building these sites and trying to deal with the safety questions later is reckless, expensive and dangerous. When a fire starts at a BESS site, highly toxic emissions are released into the air. They include chemicals like hydrogen fluoride, heavy metals and carcinogens, forcing people to stay indoors. These fires do not need oxygen to keep burning, so they can last for up to weeks. They can be reignited easily, and the health effects of exposure to these gases is a major concern.
Ed Miliband, the perennial poster boy for Labour's intellectual bankruptcy, is back at it, this time not fumbling with bacon sandwiches, but fumbling with Britain's energy future. In his latest crusade of ideological madness, he's ramming through vast solar and battery farms across the country, with all the subtlety of a bulldozer. Never mind the fact. Never mind the consequences. To Miliband, this isn't about what's best for Britain. It's about appeasing the green cult, virtue signaling to the woke elite, and ticking boxes for international climate conferences that ordinary working people couldn't care less about. Let's break this down. Solar energy, the golden calf of the green agenda, is unreliable, expensive, and utterly dependent on the weather, which, in case Miliband forgot, is not Britain's strong suit. Solar doesn't work at night, under clouds, or in the freezing dark spells where we need energy most. It requires backup from gas or coal just to stay viable. But worse than its unreliability is its ethical and geopolitical price tag. Much of the solar panel supply chain is built on slave labor in Xinjiang, China, something Miliband conveniently glosses over. This is a man who claims to fight for justice while outsourcing our energy infrastructure to a regime with a record of human rights abuses. That's not environmentalism. That's complicity. And let's talk about carbon. The data is clear. Solar energy is 4 times more carbon intensive than nuclear power, the very form of energy Miliband and his ilk have spent years undermining. Nuclear is clean, stable, domestic, and scalable. But, for the ideologues, facts are dangerous. In their world, nuclear is taboo, while fields full of imported solar panels that barely power a kettle in winter are the future. It's insanity masquerading as progress. What Miliband is doing isn't just misguided, it's destructive. He's pushing policies that will scar our landscapes with inefficient infrastructure, drive up electricity costs for working families,